Hey folks, welcome back to the Grand Rift. It's Monday for me. I am yet again in a hotel and I can't be bothered to do the thing to cover the mirror, so there may be some sound reflections. I'm trying to talk away from the mirror, but yeah, it's been a long day already. It's been a long week already and it's only Monday. If you watched the last Atlantis video, I kind of hinted at some stuff. And I said, go watch the last Farm Sim video. I'm recording this before that video has released, but I know a lot of you don't watch Farm Sim. So a quick rundown of what was in the Farm Sim video, so you don't have to go watch that, because a lot of you probably won't have gone and watched that. I'm going through a bit of a mental burnout at the moment, mostly related to neurodivergent type stuff. And that means life's kind of tricky at the moment. Work's very busy, that sort of compounding it. I am going on vacation or holiday if you're not in America, or probably some other countries, next week. That's gonna help, but probably not fix it. So yeah, let's get that out of the way. It's partly why I've been struggling with dealing with YouTube comments lately, because I find them difficult when I'm mentally fried. So yeah, that out of the way. I haven't read or remembered reading the comments on the last one of these videos, and I'm not going back to them today. I'm just going to play my beaver game and make videos. This is my hobby, so I enjoy this. Before all of you jump in the comments and say, just take a break from YouTube and relax. Making videos for me is mostly relaxing. I might not be on my A game making the videos, but I have fun making them. That's why I do it, partly. So yeah, I'm not going to stop making videos. There might be a few less of them. You know, on the weekend, I'd recorded a bunch of videos on Friday and Saturday, and I didn't get them edited until Sunday. It's just how it is. I didn't feel like editing videos on Saturday or Friday evening. So yeah, anyway, let's crack on and have some fun playing the beaver game. That's the heavy, hard stuff out of the way. And yeah, I guess, forewarning, I'm going on holiday on Friday, and I'm not going to pre-record and rush to upload videos. I'm not going to make any videos while I'm away. I'm just going to go on holiday with my family and try and relax. Going to be playing beavers because Lapan has updated the Frosty Whiskers. And so I'll be having a look at that, and probably we will reintroduce that when I get back from holiday. Assuming Saturdays aren't crazy busy, I'll be bringing this back as streaming, because in theory, now I do find streaming slightly stressful, so it will depend on mentally how I'm feeling, but it's something that I want to do. So, you know, it's kind of one of those dichotomy things in that I want to stream, because once I am streaming, I enjoy it. But the actual mental act of starting streaming, I find quite stressful. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Anyway, where were we last time? We had got some stuff done and we were going to do some more stuff. That's me saying I don't really remember. So let's just hit the button, get going, and we'll see where we end up. We are halfway through some length of drought. We do have a problem. It's not really a massive problem, that a bunch of the stuff that we've got dries out as we go into these longer droughts. It should all, he says, hopefully survive. At least some of this has actually not survived. It has dried out. So in the longer term, we do want to think about getting some better irrigation going. Obviously, well, this side is somewhat irrigated. This side is nothing to do with us. It's dead and dying. So I wonder if maybe we start to try and consolidate some stuff, because we've got a lot of kind of distributed things where we've just done little patches of stuff. So what I'm thinking, yes, I do actually think, thank you for your generous contribution to the things. What I'm thinking is, have we got enough water? We should have. let's put in a tapper shack over here, because there should be a reasonable amount of pine resin here. We probably need less pine resin for things, but let's put it in anyway. And we are then going... Where are you going, dude? Where are you going? These are set to a thing they don't need to be set to, because we were doing a building project out here, and we don't really need them set like that. So let's unset them. We've got some spare beavers. Let's max out our hauling. Max hauling? It's lovely beaver is Max. Lovely beaver is Max, you know. Always looked after his friends. Did I mention it's been a long day? Right, what we're going to do is... I wish I had the cut dead trees mod. I do not. So we are going to manually come in and mark a bunch of the trees that are dead. We might get a few that aren't in the process. That is absolutely fine. It is part of the process. So, yeah. So let's just throw that across there like so. We have a lot of trees on the map. So let's do that. And then what I want to do is come to the delete tool. And this is where we do the sacrificing. So we are going to, and it's not really sacrificing, it means we're going to get a lot of injuries as we throw beavers at thorns, which is gonna kind of suck. But, you know, it's going to do a good thing for us in the long run. So as we bring our industrial area this way, yeah, we can do that. We probably want to clear all of these trees out as well. So let's grab a lumberjack. We've actually got a Laura logs. And if you know who that is, you're going to date yourself and identify mostly where you're from. I know you'll know who it is, Pete, because she's from your neck of the woods. And you're an old fossil. But yeah, no. There might be some more of you that know who that was a very, very fine impression of. So yeah. We'll start the process of clearing those out. This seems to be working. This seems to be working. Our power grid, our very, very basic power grid, which is cool. How are we doing for scrap metal? We are actually not too bad, and we've cleared out all of that stuff. Now, I'm going to, well, I guess I'm not. In fact, I am. So I've been having PC problems today. My PC keeps resetting. Now, I don't know if that's something happened to it as I'm traveling or not. So, yeah. Slightly worrying. I did do a strip down. Well, I didn't strip it down. I took out the graphics card on Friday and put it back in because I'm partway through replacing some stuff in it, and I needed to use the graphics card to test some of the new stuff. And I'm hoping... Well, it worked fine on Friday and Saturday, so it's probably not that. It's probably just that it's been moved and then reset up, and sometimes it doesn't like that. So, yeah. Get rid of you as well, and you, by the looks of it. So, yeah, we can get rid of a whole bunch of stuffs, which is good. And, yeah, we're going to put in some storage for the pine resin. I think for now, I'm just going to throw it there. It's not going to be the final resting place of the pine resin, but it's going to be the place where it goes. While we do that, and then, yeah, I want to get some bad water going. And I guess we need to think about where we want to pump that from. We've got a bad water source here. So it might make sense to put some bad water pumps down here. We'll maybe just wait until the drought ends and watch where it flows, because honestly, I don't remember. So, yeah. Now, do we need to pause this during the... Maybe not. Maybe we just rely on the power rule, in that it's got to have at least 96% battery to be running. So maybe we do that. And then maybe this will run for a little bit at night, and then it'll probably switch off, and we'll see how we get on. I'd like to get into bots soon, I think, and that's why I'm thinking about that. We now probably have a lot here. We have 15 incapacitated beavers. So how many medical beds do we have? We have 9. That's not too bad, actually. That is not too bad. I'm not upset about 9. That'll be fine. We've got these are, yeah, they're set to kind of minimal priority, so I think that'll be okay. I think that'll be okay, because I'm, do you know, I've never really looked at how medical beds work. I'm assuming that a buddy doesn't spend all his life laying in the medical bed. I'm saying that he does seem to be spending pretty much all day laying in the medical bed. So maybe we do need to build some more med beds, which makes them sound way more scientific than a tent that the beavers sleep in during the day, which seems to be how it works. So let's put in a few more. And we'll get those guys heating up. We've got 5 days left. We've got 1,300 water, which is pretty good. Because we're on the experimental branch, we do have the succulents. So I've been playing on the Nomad map, which is the new one that came with one of the updates, and that has, and I have been using a lot of the succulents as a drought water supply. I've only been playing on normal difficulty because that map's a bit of a fun challenge. Yeah, I've been using those during droughts. It's kind of cool. They're kind of cool. They take a really long time to grow, but if you've got an area where you don't really care, you know, maybe something like this, and you can just have a forester plant a bunch of them and then leave them. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. So maybe we could do that, except we don't have many / any spare beavers at the moment. But the succulents are kind of cool. So, yeah. I'm really just kind of waiting for stuff to happen at the moment. So maybe I'll come back to you guys in a bit. Okay. So I've let a little bit of time run, but not actually that much, because I've thought of something we can do whilst we wait. We are going to build some hydroponic gardens. I'm going to put them up here because, you know, they're far enough out that we're not really affecting anything, but close enough that they're useful. So we're going to do a little stack of, I think 3 will be plenty. And we're just going to do mushrooms at the moment. So do you know something I really dislike about hydroponic gardens? Is you pretty much always have to have someone working at them, in my experience. I've not had much luck automating these guys. So maybe we could have a little try at that. Let's have a ponder, shall we? So if we did, if input water is, I've got a theory, I've got a thought. Input water is less than, let's just do greater than, is greater than 30. Set. Assign workers 0. Save. Duplicate. Invert. Script. And then let's do 15. Save. Save and close. I think that due to lack of workers or water. So it needs a worker and water. Okay. Let's delete you. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So we can't get away with doing anything clever with that. We just have to let them do their thing. And this takes 192 hours, which is, yep, you're right, exactly that many days. So, well done. Good mathsing skills, folks. And yes, there is an S at the end of maths where we work. Because it is mathematics, not math. Yes, I said it. I went there. Right, we are going to have a play with the succulents, I think, just as a backup as the population grows. So, yeah, let's come up there. We'll come up there. Cut trees. We'll cut all of those down. What are you? That makes me suspicious that there's something under there. There is not. Okay, so you can go. Be demolished. Away with you. Right, you. Grab you. Let's chuck a couple of you there. That'd be good. We still have a lot of empty beds. So, do you know how we resolve that? Yep, we make more beavers. Right, so let's watch, because we could do with more beavers, to be honest, folks. We could do with more beavers. So which direction do you flow? We could actually bias this as well by doing stuff, but we could put some bad water pumps here and we'd not be badly off. So you're going to get rid of you. We might as well get rid of those as well. I want to see how this all behaved, and this is pure grade A, farm to table, clean, pure bad water, which is what we want. So let's eventually get these ripped out, and then we'll get some pumps in. The fact that that is behaving like that, I think what we're also going to do is throw in a little staircase there. Which means you probably need a little passage there. We're going to throw in... Am I going to do any serious problems if I do this? It doesn't look like it. Famous last words, but I think we're okay. Just to be safe, we will use a floodgate. We'll pay the resource price for a floodgate. And then we're going to come over here and we'll pay the resource price for more floodgate. If we do it like that, we can control them both at once. And we want bridge. A bridge not too far. There we go. You can be open for now. You can be built. You can be deleted so no one thinks about having stupid ideas. Other than me. Yes, I said it, so you didn't have to. Right, you're all behaving well, as well behaved as beavers will be. This has, I didn't check, but this has thankfully all done its thing, you know. Just another little stop on the video, and we will do a save as well, just to be safe, in case the PC decides to the bed. And we can do that, you know, and have a nice little bad water filly thing. And then we can put some pumps in. Water. Deep bad water pump. So we're going to need some platformage. So let's do a thing. I know I didn't necessarily need to go so heavy on the things, but I wanted to, so you know, deal with it. It's my house and I make the rules. It's not a democracy here. Well, you know, I do ask for your input, and occasionally when I'm not feeling so utterly awful, I do read your and take your suggestions. So it's sort of a democracy, okay? It's not completely a dictatorship unless you're a beaver, and if you're a beaver, then you live in a dictatorship. But you know, I can't help that. They're just virtual beavers, folks. It's okay. They don't have rights. Maybe one day the virtual beavers will have rights. But for now they don't, okay? Right. After that weird interlude, Buddy is... Why are you not cutting trees then? Oh, because you're full. Okay, so we just need someone to empty you out. That's okay. Right. What was I doing and where am I? Right, so extract. That's where we were. So when we can do these. So we will unpause these because we're going to make an extractor. Extractor. That's good wordage. Have another drought approaching, but that should be okay. You. Right, so it seems OBS got unhappy when I did the quick recording cut here. So this has been built since. What else have I done? I think I put in the storage for the mushrooms because we have mushrooms, and you missed a whole bunch of really funny jokes about there not being mushroom for them. I've got this fermenter fermenting mushrooms. I put this storage in for the mushrooms. I put this storage in for the fermented mushrooms. I'm really disappointed you missed those really good jokes. And then over here, I've put this in for fermented mushrooms. I added this side for fermented soybeans, so we've got that as well. So we've got symmetry, and we've got some beaver statues either side. And that's when I then realized that I wasn't actually recording, so which was disappointing. And the drought's just started. Yeah, so what can't be reached? It looks like the top of the power stuffs. So let's do that, and that should be enough. And we do have some automation to sort. So let's go with create rule. district stock mushrooms. What's the recipe for? Okay, so we want greater than 5. Resume, save. We also want input mushrooms. 1. Save. And then we want district capacity fermented mushrooms. 1. Save. And we want district. So that's district stock. We want district capacity. 1. Save. Script. So we want Control C. So we want that plus that. That means we've got enough of them. And we want the stock, mushroom stock. No, thank you. We use beef stock or chicken stock. No, anyway, the mushroom stock to be less than 80% of the capacity. Save. Right. Discard. Delete. Duplicate. Invert. Script. And then we make that one a 95. Save and close. And that should automate that one. Awesome. Building that, and then we can delete this little ladder. We want to do something similar, but not the same. So you need to be greater than 5. Resume, save, and then we want district stock of bad water. 1, save, and we don't have any storage for extract at the moment, so I'm just going to do output extract less than 10, and we'll update that afterwards. So grab you plus that, and then we want and Control C, Control V, save, discard, close, duplicate, invert, script, and let's make you 15. Save and close. Jolly good. And now we could just leave it as that and rely on the fact that that will eventually fill the storage, because as the output gets full, that means the storage is eventually full. But I'd rather not do that. So, but that means that our detailers can now be used, but we do need some treated planks to actually make them all. So let's do you, and we'll use one of the stock designs as well. But we now need a thingy. It's a technical term, folks. I know I do use a lot of technical terms. I keep thinking that I should make an emoji for the members, and when I get back to streaming for those that are whatever it is on Twitch that has that's technical terming, because I think it would be funny. So let's get a wood workshop. Now, I think that it would be more sensible to blast a bunch of that out if we can get to it. Now, there is a good chance we can't currently, so let's make it so we can. And if we do it there, we can keep the access to it. And we now have extract, so we may as well unlock the double variant. And the wood workshop is a 4 long building, so we need to do you, and you. And that'll unlock that as an option. Very good. You're still somehow pumping bad water. I admire your enthusiasm. We do need to add in decoration, one of them, so we can control those. So when there is no bad water, they stop pumping. That was why I wanted to add some of this stuff to hold some bad water there, you know. They are eventually going to want to turn off. So I've just realized that I've done that and we don't have an explosives factory. Because I'm a dummy. I'm a big dumb dummy. I was just looking to see if there was any explosives on the map. There is. All the way over there. Do we go get that, or do we just make an explosives factory? I'm a big dumb dummy. So we're going on an adventure, beavers. You're going on an adventure. One of the things I actually really like about the Nomads map is it encourages you, particularly once you're a bit more advanced, because you kind of have to. If you've not played that map, the water sources move around, and so they make the game makes use of the unstable cores and the fact that you can time water sources turning on and stuff to I think we go around the back of that to move the water supply, and it makes it quite a challenge because it's the idea of the map, but it's very difficult to get completely settled. I've had a really fun time playing on it. I'm fairly deep into playing on it. I've got a few more transitions to go, but it's been really good fun. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll use the explosives we get from this to open this up, put an explosives factory here. Yeah. And then move, do things. All right. If I put in another couple of those, that will let them clear that out. And we do actually need lumberjacks to deal with the succulents, so that's not a problem. And then I'm actually going to put the I know it's not super ideal for efficiency of land usage, but it kind of makes a little bit more sense for, I don't know. Give me a break. Broken brain. Then we're going to throw in, because I think now I can reach, wait, yeah, a whole load of succulents as a backup water supply. That'll work. And let's make sure you are all marked for cutting. And what we're going to do is change these once they're a bit more established to only come on during a drought. And we're going to delete the automation and just leave paused. And they'll get emptied and then we'll delete them. Awesome. Right, you're in. So say it with me. U4. You can't believe it's still saying, I know. All right, awesome. That can go there. Because then we can tunnel with explosives and we can tunnel now. But, you know. We need to start thinking about tubeways as well. All right, so we want to, let's come over here and here and here. No, not here, not here at all. Here. And this is going to be BWD1, which stands for bad water depth. And we come here and we come here and we go if bad water depth 1 is greater than 1, we can do greater than or equals, then resume, save, duplicate, invert, save and close, copy, bosh, bosh. We could probably do with some rules around fullness as well, but you know, I'm feeling lazy at the moment. No, you're going to be explosives. You're going to be odor bad water. We do need an extract storage somewhere, but for now, I'm just going to go with that. It'll be fine. You've done your job. And then you are going to go just there. You'll do just fine. And we can go landscaping, tunneling, there, yes, there, and there. And then we'll put power under that and we'll be having a wonderful old time, folks. We really will. Truly and greatly, and all of that stuff. You're full. You can be paused. Yes, I should automate it. But I don't feel like it. Right. So we're going to come in here. And so we're just going to delete you for now and leave you paused and just go bosh, bosh, bosh. Because that'll be fine. You know, sometimes doesn't have to be perfect, folks. It just has to be good enough. And I've just realized that we've done dumb. And we don't have the means to undumb because I'm dumb. So let's undo the dumb. Bosh, bosh. We can rebuild these things. It's fine. It's not a big problem. There. Would you believe it that he did that? Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? There we go. Actually, I'm going to move that back to where it was before. Bosh, bosh. There. And then we can do you there and maybe you there, and we'll run the path through there. So you are going to be planks set to obtain, and you are going to be treated planks set to supply. And that will finally get us where we need to get to, which is good. And that will finally get these made. Wow. It's been a journey, folks. It's been a journey. So, we're still not doing wet fur. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well-being. Double shower. B for B. Get another one there. There, that should help with that. There's a few more food things we need to do, but I can't be bothered at the moment. So, well-being. Dance pit. Oh, that's a big old building, isn't it? But we could get that there with a little bit of work. So, let's do that. You know, let's just go up and do that, shall we? Let's put you there. We can get rid of some of that stuff. Awesome. We need to reselect you. And I'm glad I didn't automate any of that. You're done. These are just randomly over here being bad water tanks, you know, as you do. You need to be an succulent. You need to not be an succulent. These are not super efficient. I don't think. I kind of see them as like a backup. You know. And they look kind of cool when they're grown in. They add a bit of life to dead parts of the map. Yeah, so. Did I set those to empty rather than... Yeah, they should just be on supply rather than empty. Doesn't matter. It's kind of handy having it all the way over here. This should be on obtain. Right, they're nearly done. That's good stuff. And I think probably as we come to the end of this drought, we'll probably be coming to the end of this video. I have no idea how long this one has been. We want to have this emptied. We might as well grab that. Not that we really need it. You can be emptied. Because we probably don't want them coming back over here because there's going to be some nasty water, I believe. So we'll retreat out of here. Once we've got those. I don't know if we actually have enough storage space to do that. Oh, we maybe do. Did they? No. Okay. Let's build a little explosives store just there. Explosives. That should sort us out. And well-being. Dance pit. And I think this is new to the experimental branch, so we'll get to see that going. Right, you've been emptied, so I'm now going to come all the way over here and disconnect that. We'll get that guy going. What other well-being things have we got? They all need power, so decoration. Let's put in a beaver bust there. You know? And maybe a lantern. Get them some more well-being going on. That's the drought over. So I want to see them actually doing something in there. Okay, so it rains in the dance pit. Fair enough. Interesting. Interesting. Does that give them the wet fur bonus as well? I guess it would tell me probably it does. Awesome. So let's have a little peek. So still some food things we can do. We're now getting dance pit, rooftop terrace. So we don't have, there's a few things we don't have yet. There's a few, we don't have the brazier, okay. It's a decoration, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Let's throw one of those there. And let's come up here and get that going on those. That should give us some nice benefits on well-being. I'm going to reduce the working day to 16 hours as well, so they can try and hit a bit more well-being. I think that would be good. Now that we've got explosives, we can work on the irrigation, but I'm going to do that next time because I am going to wrap things up, folks. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this. I will start catching up with comments when my brain's a bit less overwhelmed, I think is probably the right word. Hopefully the break will help with that. There'll be videos running up to that. I've now got videos sorted until Wednesday. There'll probably be maybe one more Atlantis video before I go into the break. So yeah, thanks to the patrons and the YouTube channel members, and I will see you guys next time.